All right, so I'm going to show you how to set up a Calendly event for parent-teacher conferences. Once you create your account, you should see this home page, and you're going to go to the blue button that says Create. Go ahead and click Event Type. And you'll probably want to do the one-on-one for a parent-teacher conference. The group one means that you can invite multiple people to the same meeting. We'll just call it PT Conferences. For the location, you can actually sync this up with Zoom. Mine is already hooked up to Zoom, but if you click that, it'll ask you to log in with Zoom to connect the two. When you do select Zoom as the location, that is going to give your personal meeting ID to the parent when they schedule that meeting. It's going to be in an email so that they have all that information in one place. It's also helpful for you because it'll show all of those meetings when you log into Zoom. So I'll show you what that looks like. And so this was what it will look like in Zoom. So this is just on the meetings page. And it shows the time and the parent's name for each meeting. So I've blocked out that information, but it does show the parent's name right here. Back on the Calendly page, you can also add a description and customize the link that parents will go to find your scheduling page. When you're done with all that, you'll click Next. And this comes to where can people book the event. And so now when it says when can people book this event, that means actually when are the appointments, not when can they go into the page and make that appointment. So this is when the actual appointments will take place. So I'm going to choose within a date range, and I'm going to choose Thursday for our parent-teacher conferences. And we'll go to set custom hours. We're only meeting on Thursday, so we can uncheck all those other days. And Thursday, they're from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Keep scrolling down until you see duration. So what I like to do is I like to actually set the duration for 10 minutes and then add this 5-minute buffer. That way parents see that the meeting is ending within 10 minutes, but in case they start to go a little bit over or you go a little bit over, you have that 5 minutes before your next meeting is going to start. Keep scrolling down to additional rules for your availability and click that. And if you're doing these every 15-minute meetings, you'll want to change this to 15 minutes. If you don't have that buffer of 5 minutes, maybe you want to show it in every 10 minutes. You can also change how soon, how close to an event the parent can book this. That way you have plenty of time to prepare. And under time zone, I would suggest also clicking lock the time zone. That way, if for some reason a parent's computer is set to a different time zone, it's still showing them the correct times when they schedule that event. Click Save and Close. And I like to customize the invitee questions. So I like to ask the parent's name, first and last. We can allow them to autofill that. You can change this to be more specific. What would you like to discuss during this parent-teacher conference? Or what are your concerns about your student? And you'll probably want to make that required. I also like to add a couple more questions. I like to ask for the student's name. And and require that. Sometimes it's not always obvious who the student is based on the parent's name. And then one more question I like to ask, do you need a translator? And I would type the Spanish here too. For answer type, you'll click radio buttons. That means that participants can only select one of the two options that you're putting here. So they can only select one or the other. And click apply. And you can see here it comes up as those select one options. Click save and close. The rest of these are all under the premium subscription, so we're going to ignore that. Last thing you want to do before you test this out is go to integrations. If you hooked up Calendly to your calendar, you're going to want to make sure that under calendar connections, it's not checking your calendar for conflicts. So for example, if you have parent-teacher conferences scheduled into your actual calendar, it's actually not going to show any appointments to your parents when they go to your booking page because Calendly thinks that you're busy. So go ahead and under check for conflicts, you're going to click edit and uncheck all of these things. And then click update. The second one, you can keep that one, add to calendar. That means that when people book your event, it's going to add it to your Outlook calendar. So that one is helpful to have. Once you've got all that set up, go ahead and go back to home and click on your event page. It should be turned on. You can only have one turned on at a time though, so I'm using this one that I've already created. You can click View Live Page to preview how it's going to look for parents. So you can see they can only book on the 11th, and it is in those 15-minute increments. You can also preview how the questions will look. So when they confirm that, they're going to answer all of these questions. When they click Schedule Event, they'll get an email with your Zoom meeting info, and it'll also add it to their calendar. You'll get an email when a parent books an event. A parent can also go into that email they received to cancel and to reschedule their event. And Calendly will also email you when a parent does either of those things. They can only reschedule for a time that is available, so you won't get double bookings. And that is all, so let me know if you have any other questions.